The next posture is Upavista Konasana. So we just took a vinyasa, and from downward facing dog, we jump through straight into a position where the legs are apart. Now, with Ashtanga yoga, we're doing Upavista Konasana, which is like a straddle, but we're not doing a super wide straddle. We're opening the legs far out enough where you can still catch the outsides of the legs, but not too close. So how far can you get the feet away from each other without letting go? That's how open the legs are. Yeah, so you see if I go beyond this, then I lose the outsides of the feet. So that was a little too far. I stay here. And then to move into it, we catch the outsides of the feet, strong legs, inhale, lift the heart, and then exhale, fold. And when we're in the folded position, it's common to kind of let the shoulders get lazy and go like this, which, it's not gonna hurt you, but I find this to be a good opportunity to work this pattern of rolling the shoulders back and down, moving the shoulder blades down the back so you keep the heart nice and open so that we don't become closed-hearted people. Open the heart, lengthen the back of the neck. You can bring the chin to the floor if that doesn't strain the back of the neck. And you're still catching the outsides of the feet. I like to bring my thumb to the front of the base of the big toe so I can work on this reaching out through the base of the big toe, and I use that thumb to kind of help that direction so that the feet are flexed and they're not sickling. I'm pulling the outside edges of the feet towards me, and I'm pushing the base of the big toe away from me. So it's a nice integrated strong posture. The legs are strong, the lower belly is drawing in, and the heart is reaching forward. And now to come out of this, engage your foundation, strong legs, draw the lower belly in, inhale, look up, lift the chest away from the floor, and we exhale here without moving. So this really requires a strong foundation, strong legs, and even strength within the hip joints. And after you exhale, you inhale, come up, and you let the legs go. For this next part, you could try it and keep holding on to the feet. That's impossible. I'll try just to show you me trying and not being able to do it. But what I usually do, and how I was taught, is to let go of the feet to move into the second part of Upavista Konasana, in which we lift the legs and we catch the feet in the air. So first, I drop the tailbone a little bit to lean back, lift the legs, catch the outsides of the feet, and once I catch the outsides of the feet, pull again on the outsides of the feet and use that action to lift the heart. And then you can kind of like point the feet a little bit so you keep reaching through the base of the big toes. So this posture is really kind of like this game of balance. You don't want to lean back too much, and you don't want to lean forward too much. You want to find that place on the pelvis where you can balance, and you balance the weight of the torso with the weight of the legs to find yourself in the middle. So we roll back so you're behind the sit bones, but not too much, kind of like Navasana. And then you lift the legs, which requires some core strength. And when you're here, I like to kind of let the weight of the legs kind of fall down, so that if I were to let go of the legs, they would fall. But I use that as leverage. So I let the legs kind of fall down into the hands. And then from that, pull the outside edges of the feet towards you to draw the shoulders back and down and lift the heart. So it's this kind of like using weight and leverage to find yourself in this balanced position with as little effort as possible. Yeah, and then you can also open the legs a little bit more. Here you can test how wide can you get the legs without losing that internal support. And then for the count, we look up at the tip of the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breaths. And then from here, we continue with the vinyasa. Hands next to the hips, cross the shins, and you lift up, jump back for the vinyasa. So just to get into that posture, you need a certain amount of flexibility in the hips and in the hamstrings. So what do you do if you're not quite there where you can hold the outside of the feet and straighten the legs? Like, this requires a lot of flexibility. So one thing you can do is bend the knees And you could even if you're still working on that transition to here, going up with the legs straight is really hard. It requires a lot of strength. So what you can do is you can drop the tailbone, bend the knees, catch the outsides of the feet, and then lift them up. So you have a little bit more control with this transition into the balance of holding the legs up like that. And if catching the outside of the feet still isn't accessible, you could also catch the ankles and kind of just work on finding that balance. Like, where do you hold yourself? What position of the pelvis do you need to have in order to find a balance? And then the same thing with the lowered version. You can have, still catch the outside of the feet and bend the knees like this. And then slowly, slowly, you straighten the legs, and then slowly, slowly bring the chest towards the floor. Or not. Or you just do this version forever, which is great because you're getting everything that you're getting when you're doing this. You're still getting it here. It just depends on your body. It depends on what you got going on, if you got injuries. It depends on so many things. So it's always important to kind of listen to the body and not force a particular version of a posture. Really just figure out what posture works for your body so that you can get the benefits and not, move yourself into injury. You can actually use this practice to heal and to accept where you are in each moment. All right, good luck. This is a great posture to work on so many things: strength, flexibility, and this dynamic movement of finding balance.